Hi, I'm Debbie Chronister, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I'm having a little bit of issues with my videos, so I'm trying something different today. You will not see my face, I'm sorry. If you want to see my face, you can go to my blog. My face is there. So what I want to show you today is how to make this really cute pop-up explosion card using the pansies. And I'm not going to use this exact card. I've made 2 of these cards trying to get this video. I started out with this one, which was the tulips, Timeless Tulips, which is coming through to the 21-22 annual catalog. But I did this and showed my team how to do it. And then I made this one to try to do a video, and I had issues with the video. So we're going to give this a try again. And so this time we're going to use a different color. We're going to use another one of the new in colors, and this is Pale Papaya. And so I'm going to start with cutting my paper at 5.5 inches. So I have it in here, landscape, no, portrait. And I'm going to cut it at 5.5 inches to start with. And so hang on to this little piece. We're going to use it later. And then I am going to cut this at, I'm going to score, sorry, at 2 7/8. Let's make sure we're scoring 2 5/8. Ah, that's where I goofed yesterday. 2 5/8. And we're going to score there, and then we're going to go, let me put my arm out here on this. We're going to go to 5 1/4 and score there. And then I'm going to go to 7 7/8 and score there. And then 10 1/2. Come on, keep going. There we go. Or I could just come over here and go a 1/2 inch here. Okay. All right, now I am going to turn this, and I'm going to turn it so that this 1/2 inch piece comes to the bottom of my paper trimmer. I'm going to go over to 3 inches, and I'm going to score in the first 3 of my sides here. So there's 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to stop right here at this line. You guys probably can't even see it, and I am going to score to that line. I don't want to score this last panel, so we're just going to go to that line, and then I'm going to jump over and I'm going to score right off the edge here. I'm going to score this little 1/2 inch one at the end. So you guys probably couldn't see that, but I scored the 1/2 inch one at the end. Okay, now that is, okay, then I'm going to put this back in my paper trimmer, and on the 3 inch side, which I need to figure out which is the 3 inch side, so this is my 3 inch side over here. So I am going to put a sticky note right there on that side. And then that way I know that's my 3 inch side. So I'm going to turn this, and I am going to cut down those score lines. First of all, I'm going to crease that center line because I can barely see it. Well, I don't want to crease it all the way. Okay, so we're going to trim down those score lines is what we're going to do on the shorter side. So you can either do it in your paper trimmer, or you can do it with paper snips. Either one works. And you're going to cut straight. There's no angles on this because these are going to show. Okay. Now there's one more thing that we need to do before we put our paper trimmer away, and that is with the piece of scrap that we kept. And so we're going to cut this at 3 5/8 by 3. So I know it's 3 inches this way. That's why it's a perfect piece for this. And then, let's see, do I want to do 3 of them or 2 of them? Let me look at my boxes here, see which one I want. Let's do 3. So I'm going to cut it one more time at 3 5/8. And then I'm going to score at 1/2 inch on each end of this with the 3 5/8 at the top. Okay. Let me grab this. I like to use the scoring tool because it gives me a better score line. I don't get enough pressure on it for me to be able to see it. So I don't know if it's these old eyes or just the nature of the beast. So, and then I'm going to do that on this one also. This is 3 5/8. This is the other one that I cut. And we're going to score at a 1/2 inch. And we're going to score, turn it around and score the other side at a 1/2 inch. Okay, then I'm going to cut each of these in 1 1/2. So I'm probably only going to use, excuse me, 3 of them. But it's just scrap anyway, right? From our project. And cut this one at 1 1/2. Okay, now we're done with our paper trimmer, so we'll move that out. Okay, now to put our box together. So we trimmed up these short side, and then we're going to trim out this one. So I'm just going to cut it and cut out the little 1/2 inch, yeah, on the short side again. Okay. All right, now we can fold these and crease them with our bone folder. Just do that. We can take this off. We know what side is which now. Okay, and then these, we're not going to fold this one. We're not going to fold that one down. But these, we're going to flip it over. And we're going to fold the rest of them down. Because this one has no score line. If you accidentally score through it, it's not a big deal. Because we're going to reinforce it. Just don't fold it. So we're going to just reinforce that part anyway. Okay, so now let's put some adhesive on this and put it together. So I'm going to use tear and tape right here. And I'm going to put my adhesive, I'm going to fold this over and put my adhesive right there. And then I'm just going to make sure that's on there good. Peel it off. Oops. Peel off the paper only. No, this tear and tape is, I think, gotten too old. There we go. Take your pick tool. Peel that off there. Okay, now we have our box. Okay. Remember, this is our back, so it's standing straight up. Okay, now we have these little pieces in here that we cut, that we scored at each end. So you're going to Z-fold them. So one end is going to go under and the other end is going to go towards you. This is really important. I put one together wrong yesterday. So, and then we're going to put adhesive on those ends. You just want to make sure it's on the fold, the part that's folded up. So I'm going to do that to all 3 of these. A Z-fold one way and then the other. And this tape's pretty sticky. I don't know. And I'm going to do the 3rd one. And that one's going to go that way. And this one's going to go this way, right? Away and towards, yeah. So that's really important, like I said. If you put it on the wrong side, just leave it. Don't peel the tape. Just leave it and put it on the other side, okay? You get stuck. Okay, so putting this in here is a little tricky, but it's also very easy. So if I peel off my 2 ends, my tape, I'm going to put this one, and I'm just going to set it, holding this end closed with my little finger here. I'm just going to set it right inside here, just like that. Okay, let's make it straight. So I'm just going to put it right inside, right against the edge. Whoop. And just adhere that down. Now, when you close this down, like so, I put that in there wrong, that's why. Okay, it's going to go this way. So it is important of which end you're doing first. So you're going to put this in, and it's going to go out from the edge there, okay? That's going to tell it. Then when you close it down, this is going to flatten, and it's going to stick right where it needs to. Boy, this is challenging me this morning. Okay, so let's put this in on this edge. I think if I go from the bottom, I'll be able to see and you'll be able to see, huh? Okay, I'm just going to put it right up to the front, attach that to there. Then I'm going to close it down and press it, and it puts it perfectly in place. Can you see that? Okay, I'm going to move you a little bit closer to me just so you can see a little better what I'm doing. Okay, so the same thing here. I'm just going to put this edge in. I'm going to peel both ends off. This edge, the edge that points at me, is going to go in first. Okay, so I'm going to go in like that. I don't want this end to stick yet until I've got this end in. The nice thing about this size of this one is that, I want to come a little further this way, is that you can get your hand in it. If you go with a smaller box, you may not get your hand in it. I'm going to go ahead and do my third one. Stick it in there. So you want this to point at you. Okay. You want it to go this way when you put it in the box. So let's go up from the bottom. And I'm just going to put that right in, just right in there. Attach it down. Now, if I close my box, flatten my box out, those will flatten out as well. So that one's there, that one's there. Okay. This one's not wanting to go where he's supposed to go. Should be, if I just flatten this down, these will flatten out. There we go. Just give them a little encouragement. Pull them over there where they're supposed to be. And look, they're perfect. They're exactly where I wanted them. Okay. Press that really good so that it sticks good. Okay, now we have, that's our basic structure there. Okay, so then I have, it's time to decorate. These are going to go on to this Coastal Cabana. This is the new Pale Papaya Designer Series paper. It's from the, this particular pattern is from the Pansy Suite. So, just going to attach those layers together. You wouldn't have to put another layer under it if you didn't want to. It's totally optional. I like layers. I'm a layer person. So you could just cut the DSP and attach it right to the card, to the box. And it would work just as well. When you do these, watch, because the measurements are really close. This one, these are a little bit larger, but when you get with the smaller ones, the measurements are real close as to what's what. So I'm going to go ahead and attach these. These are going to go, oh, I did this backwards for what I wanted to do. These are going to go down here. Okay. And the back gets this one. So I cut the Calypso Coral and the Whisper White, or the basic white, so that it could be attached to the back, and that's where you would write your note, unless you want to stick a little note popping up with the flowers, which you could do. But you might want a place to sign the card, and that would be the back. Let's move this over a tiny bit. Okay. Okay, this is my back. It's not flat. Okay. This is the back of my card, so this is where I'm going to put this, and you could stamp a greeting on here, you could stamp an image on here, like you would the inside of a card, if you would like to. If you're going to do that, I recommend that you do it before you glue it on and before you glue it together. So we're just going to attach that right there. I love the green glue because it lets me make those little adjustments right after I put it on. Okay, and then we have one more panel down here. Yeah, this has turned out to be the opposite of what I thought I was cutting. I thought that I was going to have the orange down here so it would look like a pot, but it's not. So it's going to be interesting to see what it looks like when I get done, because I used the Calypso coral up here. Or at least I plan to. Okay, I have one more piece. So remember I told you that in case you did score this or fold it accidentally. So we've got one piece here, and we've got a piece that's going to go on the inside. I might change this, guys. I might just quickly pull together a change here and switch these and make it all the gingham. Just because I don't think the Calypso coral is going to look really great up there. I don't know. We can give it a try, I guess. If worst comes to worst, we'll flip it over and use a different. Okay, so you saw I just slipped that right in there, glued them together, slipped it in there. Let's see how it's going to look. Okay. Doesn't really go, does it? Okay, let's do this. We're going to real quick grab that paper. And this gets cut at 2 1/4 by 2 3/8. This is called adjusting. 2 1/4. Oh, that's perfect. It's cut at 2 3/8 right now, so we'll cut 2 pieces at 2 1/4. Easy change. Okay. Things don't always work out the way that I plan them, and that's okay. It's being flexible. And that DSP I'll use for something else. It's not wasted, it's just not being used right now. Okay, there's one. And there's the other one. These are the ones that are really close in size. So, and then we're going to put those on, get our box back in here, right there. See, I had planned to use this down here, and I thought it would make it look like a pot. But it didn't work out, so that's okay. So we'll just adjust. Okay, and then this one is going to go on here. See, there's that where it just is so close in size. But if you put it on the other way, it's the wrong way. It won't fit right. Okay. Then I have a piece of Calypso coral, and I have cut with the stitch shapes dies, basic white, And I'm kind of debating on just putting it like that. No, it needs the white in between. So we're going to put a piece of basic white right on here. Attach that to that panel. Just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp this with what, Calypso Coral? Let's try the Calypso Coral. I'm not sure it will be dark enough. So that's what this paper's for, right? Oh, that's perfect. Okay, and it just says happy birthday. I'm going to go a little low so I can put a bow up on the top. Not much stamping on this set, unless you stamped all of these papers. Then that would entail more stamping. And you could do that. You could make your own designer paper. All right, and then I'm going to pop this up with a couple of dimensionals. A few. How about that? And just put that right on there. Okay, now let's get our flowers in here. So what I've done is I've taken the pansy set and I have cut. On the other one I cut the, on this one I cut the pansies, and they are beautiful. I love them. This is going to my upline who is not feeling well. She's recovering from COVID. And so that was one way of doing it. But then the pansy paper is so pretty, and I thought, you know what, let's try that one. So I'm just going to use glue dots, and I'm going to attach these to my little pansies here. Which way do I want them to go? I have a tendency to want them to go that way, but I'm going to put it that way. Okay, and so I need 6 of those. I'm just going to put them all already. Okay, so I'm going to start out putting them in, and I'm going to use the mini dimensionals to do this because they are stronger than just using glue dots. So what I'm going to do is this one, that's not going to work. Where are my tweezers? There they are. Okay, so this one is going to be my first one, and he's going to go right here on the right. And I want the dimensionals because they will also stand out a little bit more off of the and you see I'm putting one dimensional in the front and one dimensional in the back on the left. One on the right in the front, one in the back on the left. Oops, I lost my dimensional. Okay, let's just grab another one. Need to turn this around. And just, oops, okay. This is not working with that. Fingers work better for this. Okay, and then let's go. And I don't want my dimensionals too big because my stem's not very big. And I may have put them over too far there on the right. And my flowers are, my stems aren't too big, are kind of small. And then I have some leaves that I want to attach to those stems, I think, or under the flowers. I'm going to tuck them under the flower, to the back of the flower. Whoops, and that's the wrong end. I've had that problem with these leaves. I love these leaves. They're beautiful. They cut out great. The die that comes with the set cuts these leaves out beautifully. So, but they always look like they're going the wrong way to me. I'm just going to put 2. We have lots of different colors, so. Okay, come off there. Let's turn him a little bit. Okay, now this one is going to go right here in the front, and this leaf has to go up higher just because I'm going to put him down low. So I'm going to peel off my paper from that dimensional. Come off. No. And stick this little guy right there. Now, when you close your box, you want everything to be inside. So see, he's not going to work there. I have to move him over some. I was afraid of that. Okay, so I'm gonna have to peel off my dimensional here. All of those are gonna be too close over. So I'm gonna just peel those off in there. Sorry, guys. Bad advice. Okay, let's do it a different way. Let's attach this to the back of the flower. No, not there. To the back of the stem. All right, now if I pull this off, then I can work with that. So when I close it, he needs to be within. And I want him down low because he's going to be my first one. Whoops, what did I do here? Pop that off of there, didn't I? How did I do that? Okay. Aha! That adhesive is not sticking. Did I peel it off? I didn't feel any adhesive on there. No, it's there. And it's sticky. I'm just not getting it in there right. Okay. There we go. All right. Okay, now when I close him up, he's most of the way in there. He might need to go over a little further, but we'll just give him a little push when we close it up. Okay, so that's how the first one is. It's going to be down low because you've only got this much that you can build on. All right, so then I think the next one I'll do, and we'll just zip through these. You guys, I will speed up this video so you don't have to watch me do all of these. And I will just get this in here. And a couple of leaves. And let's see if we have a big one. Goes on the front. Okay. I want this to go this way. Oh, I'm going to leave it there. Okay, so there we are. We have all of our pansies in our box, and our box will close up perfectly. It just depends upon which way you close it. It comes pretty close on both ways. Okay, so I'm just going to add a few more little touches of bling. I mean, a few more, some reinforcement on my adhesive here to see what needs. Actually, they're all looking pretty good except for this front one, so let me just add that real quick. And he needs a little reinforcing right in there. For some reason, he wants to bend over. Maybe because he's had the roughest start. Because he's in the front. Okay, then I have a couple little pansies here that I've cut out of the Designer Series paper. I have some here, and I'm just going to quickly add some leaves to those. Where's my glue dots? And maybe a dark one. Oops, put it on the wrong side. And I'm going to add that right to there using a dimensional. And let's see if that's going to create a problem with closing. No, not at all. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side with this one. So, oops, why do I want to put those glue dots on the front, on the back? I know they go on the front because I want it to stick to my little pansy. Let's see, let's get a dark one. Okay. And just attach that little one there. And then I am going to tie a ribbon, a bow, with the papaya ribbon. Just like that. And we'll attach that with a glue dot as well. Right up there. Let's trim our tails a little bit here. That one's okay. All right, there you are. And that is how I made that cute little box. Now, you will have to make an envelope for it. I think our ribbon tails need to be a little shorter. But you will have to make an envelope because this is 5.5 by 5.5, so it is a square card. And it will cost more for postage. So there it is. Isn't that beautiful? Wouldn't you be happy to receive that from a friend? Thank you so much for joining me today.